Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are diving straight in with the MAC Aladdin collection. I bought three things from this collection. First up, I've got the powder blush, which is actually like a bronzer slash contour color. This is called Your Wish Is My Command. I also picked up the eyeshadow palette. You guys know I'm obsessed. It looks beautiful. The packaging is amazing. It's very, very true to what it is. And I also picked up the lipstick. This is the shade Friend Like Me. They actually gave me the wrong color. I actually wanted the Princess Incognito, so I have to go and exchange that still. But anyways, we're starting out with a full face of foundation, so the base is complete, eyebrows in place, and then we're diving straight in with the contour. Just look at how pigmented it is. It is incredibly pigmented, and you do have to use a very, very light hand with this. Otherwise you're going to struggle like me to blend everything out. I did place this, on my usual places in my usual spots, I guess, in the 3&E method. However, on my chin, I went in with a really, really light hand, barely noticeable sort of thing. And because it was so harsh, I was really, really struggling with it. So I just decided to go in with the powder brush, and just sort of smooth out all the edges and just kind of buff it into the skin where it doesn't look very, very harsh, and that there are no like harsh lines. You can still see it, but we'll try and fix that with the blush later on. I did decide to go ahead and clean up the bottom area, so just to make it a bit more chiseled, I'm just going in with my Studio Fix powder. I'll list all the shades down below, so please be sure to check that out as usual. I decided to just put that in. The rest of my face routine is kind of like just, part of the video. I went in with my Sephora blush in Framboise Attraction number 3. I've had this for ages. It is one of my absolute favorites because it gives me this nice flush of color on my cheeks. Makes it look very vibrant, very like rosy toned. And you guys know my obsession is eyeshadow palettes, so I get really, really excited for it. But before I went in, I decided to just go a little bit with a light hand with my bronzer. This is the Mineralise Skin Finish. I believe it's in the shade medium dark. I'll leave it down below. But I'm just using my big fluffy Sephora shader brush. Oh no, sorry, this is the Clinique shader brush. And I'm just making sure that I've placed that down just a little bit, just so that it kind of the shades don't stick to, any harsh stickiness, like if there's anything from the paint pot that I used as a primer. So I decided to go in with that Mineralized Skin Finish, and then I'm just going in with the eyeshadow palette. Just going to point at all the shades. I will list all of them down below. It is really, really hard when it comes to these palettes, but I will list everything down below. So just building my crease at the moment. One thing I did notice with this palette, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I feel like these are shades you might actually have in your collection, with a few exceptions with the lid shade that I'm going to use, but it is very basic, and I feel like if you put in a few palettes together, you can actually create this one. What I do want to make note of is that I did experience a lot of fallout, and especially with the glittery pressed shadows. The mattes were great, but still a bit powdery, so I feel like with my other MAC palette, I experienced the same, so I guess it's pretty standard for MAC. But the pigmentation is there, which is fantastic. Just a little bit less fallout would be great, especially if you've done your base like I have this time around. But yeah, really, really good nonetheless. I'm really excited to create a few more looks with this palette. It is beautiful, very, very travel friendly. So yeah, that's my little input on the palette. So this is the shadow that I was talking about. Now this one is a great topper shade. It doesn't work with the swiping motion, and I have to say that I was using the wrong brush myself. But with like tapping it and packing it onto your eyelid, it works, but it just left a ton of fallout on and you can see just over there. I try to do a close-up later in, but it really doesn't work. But yeah, you can see a lot of fallout on my eyelids, just a little bit below my eyelids. And then for my inner corner, I went in with the golden shade in the middle at the top row. That wasn't as, like, I didn't experience as much fallout. And I feel like using that kind of brush, and I feel like that using that kind of brush would also help the other shadow, but it is one of the chunkier formulas, I would say. And then for my eyeliner, this I really love doing lately, and I like going in with the darker shadows in the same palette because I feel like it just ties the look up really, really well. It's almost as if they're meant to be together, which is, you know, why the palette's designed that way. But using that as an eyeliner is just fantastic. And this shadow as an eyeliner was amazing. Like, it was very, very pigmented. Of course, there was fallout, there was kickback, and I keep tapping as I go along because there was a lot of fallout. But yeah, overall, like, I have to say this is a great palette to travel with, because the pans are quite small. The palette itself is really, really small. So once again, like, you know, if it weren't for this collection, I probably wouldn't have bought it because I already have all of these shades in my kit. But if you're someone who is an avid fan of Disney and Aladdin, like you know, it's worth it in my opinion, but it is nothing groundbreakingly outstanding, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that was just a little bit of my input on the eyeshadow palette. For my mascara, I'm using the Falsies mascara. Now, this is where oh gosh, this it's a fantastic lipstick. I am an absolute lover of matte lipsticks. This one, however, and I know it's just the shade that's throwing me off, but I really was looking forward to the shade that I had ordered, which is Princess Incognito. I placed my order online through Meyer, and when I went to pick it up, they messed it up. And it's my fault that I didn't check it before I sat down to do this video, but I decided to use it anyways just because I had it. It does look good. I just feel like with this eyeshadow look, you need a little bit darker shade in the same family. So I didn't add anything for the sake of this video, but normally if I were to use this, I would add just a little bit of a darker gloss on top, or, you know, mix it in with another lipstick just to kind of make it look as if it's not as light. Because these are the shades that actually make your teeth look yellow, you know, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but that's the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it useful and helpful. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care. Bye.